Hey, what's up, guys? This is MPFSU, back with another video. This is my offensive series. This time we're going to be talking about the pro style offense. Again, this is part 2 of the pro style offense, and we're going to go into the running game and talk about how I look at that and how I think it should work. And we're going to go into that. But the first thing to kind of get an idea of what you're going to do as far as running is you want to make sure you know your personnel. Now, personnel packaging is huge for pro style offenses, and in general speaking, most pro style offenses like to run with 11 personnel, and 11 personnel is simply one halfback, one tight end, and 3 wide receivers. Now, the reason it's 11, the first number stands for how many running backs you have, and the second one stands for how many tight ends you have. So 11 personnel is generally a pro-style offense because it gives them the ability to run, because they still have a blocky tight end who can also be a receiver, but he is good in the run game, and they have the third slot wide receiver for passing. And a lot of sets are 2x2, but you'll see some 3x1 sets as well. So that's something to keep in mind when you're considering game planning, which we'll talk about in the next video on scripting your plays. Something to consider. Now, but for run purposes, we're going to talk about 21 personnel, because that's traditionally run formations. But you also need to keep in mind you want to pass out of these formations too. But we did talk about passing in the earlier video. You want to be able to pass out of these formations as well as run, even though they're primarily run formations. Okay. Same thing with shotgun formation. You want to be able to run out of those even though you pass out of them. Okay, same thing, keep in mind. But what we're going to talk about, the first run play we're going to talk about is the stretch. Okay, HB stretch. All right. All right, so now you want to count how many dudes are in the box. Now on this side, the safety is low, but as you can tell from the alignment of the stack, we have the advantage because they're not going to block that weak side defensive end. So we have a numbers advantage here, so let's go ahead and run this. Okay, so the stretch is a perimeter play, but it is a zone blocking scheme, and in NCAA 14 they have implemented the zone blocking scheme, and it works how it should. As you'll see, these guys, they won't block the defensive end because they're trying to double team an area, and there's double team blocking going all over the place. As you can see here, because we had them outnumbered, they double team that tackle, they double team this tackle, and I believe they double team that defensive end at first. So they double team that defensive end at first, and then they'll adjust based on if they're winning the battle or not, and who else is coming. So you see, that's the beauty of NCAA 14, zone blocking, working like it should, and I'm able to get to the outside. And really what you're trying to read is a cutback lane if there is one. If not, you just want to continue to play outside because everybody's coming inside, as that safety in the box clearly attacked inside, and look, he gets crack blocked, and it's a nice run. So that is the stretch play. Let's go ahead and move on. And that's the outside zone play. Now I'm gonna show you an inside zone play. Okay, so inside zone. Okay, slam is an inside zone play. Same concept. They're not going to block that defensive end, and they're going to double team the rest of the defense. Now, users are probably going to shift their defense over to play with the strength, but you can just flip the play and have them not block those guys and go the opposite direction. So it plays on the defense's aggressiveness, and like on that, I just picked the cutback lane and I was able to cut back. Inside zone is good for your power running type teams. Oh, what did I pick there? No, it's a replay. Inside zone and power are good plays for your power type running teams, which Stanford is. As you see the inside zone there, they double team that. They don't block this defensive end. They double team D tackle, double team the other tackle, and then they switch onto the linebackers. He just creams that guy. And so that is zone blocking at its finest. Look at that. That's just beautiful. All right. So let's go ahead and move on to power. And power is not a blown zone blocking scheme. It's more pulling. They do a lot of pulling in power. So let's go ahead and look at a power play. Check that out. Okay, so this is a good thing to run out. So power O. This is a staple of Stanford's type style of running because they're more power running than zone, but they do have some zone plays in here. You have some teams that are more of a zone blocking type teams, and you have some teams that are more powered, which means you're going to see more guards pulling and so on and so forth in a lot of their plays. So they might even have the center pulling. So let's go ahead and check this out against the stack again. Now, what I want to point out to you is look at this alignment. So you see that where the guard is that's pulling from, that he is pulling from a guy that's over him. He has a defensive tackle over him. So that center has to block that D tackle. So he's at an advantage. He has to reach for that block. And that means then the guard has to then block the other D tackle, which everybody's starting to slant towards the inside, and it would allow these linebackers to flow to the ball very easily. So what we want to do is flip the play and have a clean pull for the guard, because now the center is pretty much heads up with that D tackle shading him right there, and everybody else has man for a hat. And the guards just clean up whoever is coming in, and the fullback will clean up. So now we got numbers. So let's go ahead and run the play. That's actually pretty good by them. All right, so let's flip the play here. See if we can follow that guard and fullback into the hole. There we go. All right. And that is the beauty of the power play. If you have a back that can break tackles, he's going to break a lot of those tackles. They're going to have a hard time bringing them down. He's going to fall forward. So look at this. Guard has a clean pull. He gets into the hole very quickly. I'm into the hole right behind him. They're not going to bring me down with arm tackles. Power running game at its finest. And there we have it, like a 9-yard gain. And that's how I really ran the ball in 13 as well. You had to do that, and that's what makes the pro style offense more complicated. Is you have to pay attention to those type of runs. You got power, and then let's see, and counter. Toss. I'm sorry. Let's check out toss. Toss and then counter. So okay, we're gonna look at toss. The same formation, because it gives you ability to read the defense a little bit better when you got off balance formations like this. Balance formations, it's a little bit more difficult, but this makes it a little bit easier. Now see, they have this safety in the box. This is not good for the toss because you're trying to get to the outside, and that safety's already have outside contained, so it's going to be a difficult play. I'm just going to run it just to show you what it looks like. Now we got pretty lucky in that situation. Our fullback blocked very well. So if you do have, sometimes you can win these battles even if they have 8 in the box. I'm sorry. Our pulling guard was able to get onto that safety. So he was going to win that battle. But if that safety gets there a lot quicker, then we're toast. But we're able to get out there and run in, even with a power back. So let's look at this play one more time. See what we get. So we got safety high again. This is what you should actually run it against. Safety high. And shooting that place, they actually got me on that. Looks like it was better against safety in the box. Interesting. But you want to make sure you have that outside lane to run to. Yeah, probably not gonna work here. And it's working. These guys can see. This is Stanford's main thing. They can pull and block like nobody's business. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the counter. Let's see. And this is why you want to practice, because you want to see what your team can do against certain looks. So let's look at the counter here. Now, say you've been hitting it with that toss, and you say, well, now I want to run back. And so we're looking now as our guard has a clean pull again, and we're going to run a counter. They're not going to block that guy. They're just going to pull, and we're going to run inside because he has contained. We're just going to follow our guys inside and get up the field as quickly as possible. All right, and that is the counter. And I think that is, I did inside zone. So that is it for this video. I'm not going to show like dive or anything like that. Those are kind of self-explanatory. Those are not, there's nobody pulling or anything like that. You're just running straight 3 yards, cloud of dust. So, so that's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you like this content, please subscribe. I'm going to be posting more pro style offense. Next, we're going to talk about scripting plays and game planning. And then my fourth video, I'm going to get into showing you it in effect against a user game. Okay? So I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. Talk to you later. Peace.